Hello and welcome to another video in our multiplayer course. In this video we'll continue making the UI and start with the making the health updates. This health bar. Now let's start. Let me just change the percentage. Where is it? Make it half to see the difference when we do the code correctly. Now to update the UI, first we need to access the user interface, which is already spawned and saved here on the player controller, and we'll use here the on-rep health. Remember this function which was made automatically when we made the health rep notify. So this function will fire automatically when the health value changes. So we will use this to trigger the change in the UI. So how do we start? Let's leave this string here. First of all, let's make a new custom event. This custom event will not be replicated, so I'll make it here in the event graph. Let me make it here. Custom event. Call it update health bar. It will not be replicated. Let me call it client, because it will be executed locally only, because the UI only the client, the local client needs the UI, the server and the other players do not need the UI. So let's start first by getting the player controller. Get player controller. Here when you see this player index, don't worry about this player index, because like I said in first lectures, this index identifies, it's only important on the local LAN network. When you make not the LAN, when you make a game with split screen, this will be important. But here in multiplayer and in single player, and in our case the multiplayer, this index 0, if you are the host, the 0, this one will give us the server player controller, but if you are the client, it will give us the client player controller. So don't worry about this index. Now here let's check if it is locally controlled, because like I said, I want to execute the UI change only locally. So look for is local player controller, make a branch. Before the branch, we check if the player controller is valid to avoid any errors, because sometimes the player spawns before the player controller, but all this only happens if you just start the game and start shooting and updating the UI. So now after we updated after we got this branch, we need to get a message to the player controller. How do you do this? By making an interface. I already talked about the interfaces, but the interface is like a messenger between blueprints. It sends the important stuff that you need. Maybe like in our case, we only need to update the UI. So we send a message to the player controller and tell it to update the UI according to our health, and we send only the health variable to the player controller, instead of casting and loading the whole player blueprint in the player controller, which will take a performance hit. Now I already made this interface. Let me delete it and make it again. Now let's look for blueprints. Blueprint interface, BPI. Call it update tank UI. Or update player UI. Now let me open this. Our first function will be update health bar. Update health bar. For this function we need an input which is a float. We'll call it the health percent. Because we will send the result of the division of the health over the max health, which will give us a value between 0 and 1, and we will use this value in the health bar. Here in the class settings in the player controller, let's add this interface, update player UI. Compile, and let's double click on it to implement it. First here, let's add a check is local player controller. Add a branch. Now let's get our UI here, user interface, check if it is valid. Then after that, let's get the health bar that we already made and get the functions called set percent. Set percent. For the percent, we connect this health percent. So just organize this line. Now let's go back to the tank. Here, let's duplicate this player controller, and here get look for update health bar. It's important to get this one with the message. And here let's get the health. Where is the health? Get health and get max health. Divide health over max health, and we will get the health percent. And now let's comment on this. Call it client update health bar. Now we need to call this update health bar here on the beginning play, because when the player first spawns, the health will update automatically, but if it dies, no, it will not update automatically. It will not update, but when it gets shot, it will update. So if we start, let me show. If we start without using this client update in the beginning play, just let me first check the on rep, and let's put the client update health bar here. Now if we start without implementing this in the beginning play, let me show you. If we start, we'll start with the health. Here it is full because when we started we set the health. Let me shoot it. Now it is destroyed, but Shoot again here. Well, there is something wrong. Let me see. What we need to add here is locally locally controlled. Sorry, we forgot this. Now let me start again. Now you see for the for the client the health bar, it is not updated. Now, if I shoot the tank, it will update now. So we need to implement the update health client update health on the beginning play. Well, shoot again. Let me shoot again. Now, so like I said, need to implement this on the beginning play. It is now implemented. Let me connect this and delete this one just to be safe. Let's comment on this here in the player controller. Let's call it update health bar. Let's test again. Let's shoot the server now. Okay, let me shoot the other one. Okay, now let me use this one to shoot the server and the other tank. Okay, so working fine. Now let's destroy one of them and see. Let me shoot it again. Well, now it is destroyed. Now when it respawns, it should have full health bar. Well, something wrong happened. Let me shoot the other one first before we check what happened. Let me see what happened. First of all, let me check the projectile if it has the visibility blocked. Okay, it is ignoring the visibility, and also the shell also ignoring the visibility. Okay, let's open this and ignore everything just to make sure. Now let's see why the tank didn't respawn. Sometimes there's a glitch happening here. Sometimes it happens when my internet is weak, but let me check now. Now it is destroyed. Now let me shoot it again here. Also destroyed. Let's see if it spawns again. Now it responds. I will shoot it here. Well, let me shoot it here. Well, why it doesn't register here? Now it's registering because it was hitting the ground. Now I'll shoot the ammo rack. Let me try to shoot it slightly above here. Well, here should destroy it. Now I see why now it will not respond. Now I see the problem. Let me correct it. The problem is, let me go for the here for receive damage. The problem here in receive damage and here in the post penetration. The problem is when the health is low and you hit the tank and in a coincidence you hit the ammo rack and like I said the health is low and you hit the ammo rack, so it registers 2 hits, one here for the ammo rack and destroying it instantly, and the other here the event any damage, it will register a damage, so it will spawn 2 destroyed tanks. So what we should do now is make a boolean so that when the tank is hit in the ammo rack, so it should not register any other damage here for event any damage. So let's here go to the post penetration and make a boolean. Let's call it, let's make a new boolean here, call it ammo racked, and here make it true and let's make it replicated. We are already on server, so we do not need to make another custom event. Now it is replicated and on default it is false. And let's go back here and or I will add it here, and also I will add another check. And let's get the ammo rack here as ammo racked branch. I think the ammo this let me start with the other solution first before making this boolean. Here it is better to move this server post penetration to here after this boolean, after the health is below 0. So if the health 0 or below 0, it should not trigger this post penetration line trace and should not register to death or to destruction of the tank. Let's cut it here and move this away. And put it here. Now let's try. Now let me try and shoot the ammo rack here first. Well, let me get it up, slightly up. Here. Slightly up here. Well, let me shoot the ammo rack. Still. Sorry, I should put this event here in the false, not in the true. If the health is below 0, it will explode like this, but if it is not below 0, it should go and calculate the post penetration, which will if it's amorak the vehicle, it will destroy it immediately. Let's test it again. Let's shoot the amorak. Well, still now it is destroyed by amorak now. Now let's test the glitch, which is if the health is low, and then we shoot the amorak. Let me reset. Now let's first shoot it here on the engine. Well, let me try it on the other tank. Now the engine is on fire. Let me shoot it again. On fire. Now this let's push it one more. So now I will shoot it and the amorak. It should spawn one destroyed tank. Now it's working fine. Okay. Now let's delete this boolean. We do not need it. Let's go back here. Let's delete it here also. Now I will stop the video now because it's becoming too long. I will continue the next video. I will start making the updates, the ammo, the full ammo and the gun ammo, and on the other video we will make this scoring system. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.